What's up guys, Josh here from Mixing Mango. So I was thinking what I should make this commentary on, and then I thought we've got quite a lot of subs into PvM, and we're doing a few PvM guides. We've already got the Bandos guide up, and we're gonna have another guide up for Saradomin. So for you guys who've got 70 agility, you can check that out if you haven't been there before. And we're aiming to put that up on Friday, but I guess probably the weekend at the latest. So this should be a better guide than the Bandos one, since we've learnt a bit from that one. So it should be good. So I definitely advise watching that when it comes out. But yeah, so back to this video. I thought I'd give a few PvM tips in terms of making an account, because I'm not trying to say I'm like a PvM god or anything, but as you can see from my account, it is designed for PvM, and I've had quite a bit of experience with bossing in the EOC for a while now, so I thought I'd just give a few tips out there for most of the subs who are interested in bossing. So firstly, I would say get gear. So just get some Bandos or Gano, that's perfectly fine. I think for melee, the best setup is, I'm going to get armor for training. So the best thing to get is Bandos, because it doesn't degrade if you can afford it. But the best setup in general for bossing, I would say, is Bandos chestplate and plate legs, and then the rest Gano, because that will give you good accuracy and good defense. But so if you get full Bandos for training, and then just get your melee stats up to 90, that's a pretty good place to stop, I would say. And then also you want to get your ranger mage to preferably 90, but you could stay at 80, that would probably work as well. So at that point you've got pretty good stats to start on, and especially with the stat buffs coming to the EOC, stats are going to matter a whole lot more, so you really want to have those stats up there. So you've got that, and then at that point you can start doing quite a few bosses. So you've got your gear, you've got your stats, and as you'll see from some of our old videos of the EOC, if you've watched those, or if you want to go back and watch them, we made a whole lot of money off of Bandos. Like that's the only boss we used to do. You can see from our God Wars drop log series, we've got every drop from there multiple times now, and that's how I paid for 95 prayer. That's how I bought most of the stuff I have now, was just duoing Bandos really. So I've made at least 100 mil off of Bandos from duos, so essentially 200 mil, because both me and Michael made like 100 mil each. So it is like, the thing is, a lot of people nowadays, they get in teams and go straight to Nex and KK, which is nothing wrong with that, but it's actually just a lot easier to go to Bandos, get your own loot, train up, and then you'll be set to do Nex and KK later. So I mean, it's kind of up to you what you want to do with that in terms of making money, but I would recommend just staying at God Wars at that kind of level, and then maybe move on to the harder bosses later. But I mean, yeah, like I said, you can decide what you want to do with that. So once you've done that, so you've got your 90 stats, and you've got your gear, and you've started bossing, I would say you want to focus. Oh yeah, before I go on to the next thing, with the bossing, you want to stay in duos or trios. I think duos is perfectly fine to get, because that's a good amount of money and it's quick kills. But if you do want quicker kills, just go on a trio, or you're not as confident, then just trio it until you are good, and then stick in duos, and then eventually solos. But so after that, you want to do prayer. Okay, so prayer is extremely important. Like again, if you've seen some of the old videos, I was literally on like a 2 mil bank for months after I bought prayer, but that didn't really matter, because prayer is one of the most important skills in the EOC, because you need 95 prayer if you want to boss effectively. Like, so you have to have turmoil essentially. That's it. So once you made up some cash, the way I did it was I made up some cash, then just sold pretty much everything to buy prayer. Michael did it probably the smarter way. He built up the cash to buy prayer, so he still has full bandos in the bank. But I mean, you can do it either way. If you don't mind just downgrading back to Barrow's gear, then you can just sell everything and do prayer. But next thing is definitely prayer, and then get that to 95, do curses, and then you can rock Soul Split and Turmoil and pretty much solo any God Wars boss. So after that, you want to continue training all your melee stats. You want to get those to 99, and you also want to the mage and range don't matter as much, but you want to get a decent amount of charms from those so you can train summoning. And summoning is also very important if you want to boss. So I would say at some point, probably after prayer, you got to get 69 summoning, I want to say. It might be 68. Basically, you want a bunyip, whatever level that is. You want to get a bunyip, because that level will give you a bunyip and a wartork, which are both extremely helpful when bossing. So once you get those, at that point you're pretty much set for PvM. So after that, you basically just want to max out melee, get your, I guess, 99 mage and range, and then just work on getting 99 herb lore, 99 summoning, 99 prayer, and then you're pretty much up there. So yeah, that's pretty much like that's like how I'm doing it and how I'd recommend doing it. So you got to remember, you got to get a balance. Like, it's not all about gear. There's no point going out and getting like full Tetsu if you don't even have turmoil. Like, there's absolutely no point. So you want to start off with getting some gear, then while getting your melee stats and your other combat stats up, then you want to boss, make some money, do prayer, then you want to max out combat, at least melee, get your other stats to about 95 as well, and then you want to focus on summoning to 67 or whatever a bunyip is, and then after that you want to solo God Wars for quite a bit. You can make a lot of money off that, but at that point also you can do Nex and KK as well, so you'll be a lot more valuable to your team at that point. And also Corp, that's pretty good, so you'll be a lot more valuable to your team, you'll get a lot quicker kills, and you'll also be you can make more money per hour at that point, so you can easily make back that money that you spent on all the skills and your gear and the prayer. So that's pretty good. And then once you're at that point, really just build your bank back up, spend money on skills every now and again, so like get your herbler up, get your summoning up, spend money on like runes and arrows for range and mage, but then you pretty much just want to upgrade your gear over time, really, buy dry wars eventually. In terms of weapons, I would say when you start, just stick with a BGS to train melee, or any god sword really, but BGS is cheaper, you might as well go with that option if you're a bit short on cash, because remember, you want to save as much cash as possible, especially when you're going to drop like 80 mil on prayer doing Dragon Bones, and that's pretty much the cheapest. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing anything lower than Dragon Bones, and if you're going to do Frost, you're talking like 150 mil or something, so it's a lot of money, but it's probably one of the best skills in the game to do for combat. So yeah, when you start off BGS, then I'm not really sure about this. Like, you can go for a chaotic, which could definitely be worth doing if you go for a maul, but then again you could just skip right over a maul and go straight to Dragors. Once you get that money, it's really up to you, because as well, if you play a tanking role in a lot of bosses, then you'll mostly just be using like a whip and a arcade or something, so you won't really need them all that much, and you'll still be getting money. So it really depends at what you're like, how you want to do it. You can spend the time getting a maul or any like dual rapiers or something. Chaotix are definitely worth getting. It's just if you know your next goal is going to be Drygores, then it's probably better just to make money for that rather than going for a chaotic, I would say. I mean, that's up to you really. But that's pretty much it. Like, that is how I basically did my account. It might not have exactly been like that, because like back in the day, me and Mike were actually talking about this earlier, but like we were doing spiders with our full dragon and whip at 50k an hour XP. Like, that was way back. Well, it's like a year ago or so. But yeah, so now it's changed a bit. You kind of just want like Bandos and a God Sword at Fire Giants to train melee. But yeah, that is pretty much how I did it. And like you can see from my stats, I have the 99 prayer. Oh, not 99, I wish I did. I've got the 95 prayer, I've got the maxed melee, I've got 94 range and mage, I've got 88 summoning, I've got 84 herblore. So like, I've got those stats up there. They're gonna be 99 during the summer. So yeah, as how I've done it, that's how I'm gonna continue training my account and in PvM. So like I said at the beginning, Sarah guide on Friday, hopefully. Check that out. Leave it a like if you enjoy it, because we put a lot of effort into our guides. Hopefully we'll have more up as well during the summer. And I might as well mention this now, we're going to start a little PvM series of basically crazy challenges we're going to try. So like, we're going to give soloing next, or duoing next with no food a go. We're going to do like QBD without anti-fires. It's like stuff like that, stuff you don't really see every day. I mean, I know it's been done before, but it'll make quite a good series, some of those really hard challenges. Like Cowfight King with no food, I know that's been done, and that's extremely hard, but could give that a go. So yeah, that'll be quite a fun series to make. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later.